So what's going on, guys? How we doing out there? What is happening? TGIF, another Friday, another stream, and I'm back again to hopefully not bore you guys too much. Some interesting news to talk about. I'll wait a little while until a couple of familiar faces show up. But yeah, productive week. A lot of fun stuff to show you guys. More to come. Got a bunch of stuff to still work on, but yeah, things are progressing nicely on the old Tribbles game. So anyways, what you guys up to? Give me a shout. Let me know what is going on out there in the real world. Let me double check. Yeah, let me knock this out. You know what? I'm not, because I'm going to need that in a second because I'm doing some testing here. Alright, so I was playing with the Pixel Perfect camera, which is not going to do too much for me because the issue I have is really nothing to do with that. So let me knock him out. He's done. Yes? Cool. Alright, so first things first. I got myself a new GUI. Did some work on that. Alright, I had some feedback from actually one of my guys, Mike, gave me some ton of feedback, which I do actually appreciate. And one of the things he pointed out was the fact that he didn't like the fact that you saw the tribbles up there, the icon in the corner, with the number, like, you know, the 5 out of 5, which I was using to signify how many, you know, how much health you had left. And he said that to me looked like how many lives, right? Which sort of confused him, and yeah, he had a valid point. So there you go. Tribble icon is gone, replaced with the classic hearts. And then what I do is also flash the whole thing red, along with the little heart flashing. So even, you know, even if you're not even paying attention, peripheral vision will tell you that, uh-oh, I'm down to 1 life, because you'll see it flashing here. But yeah, picked up this GUI off of a website. Nice little bit. Did a little tweaking to it, not much actually. Pretty much most of it is as I found it, so pretty happy with that. So yeah, let's see. I'm not sure if there's too much new in this stuff. No, everything here is pretty much gonna be the same. Nothing new in the underground stuff, of course. If you remember when I was with you guys last Friday, I just started to rig, which actually, did I bring that up? I meant to bring that up. Let me close that down. I just started to rig the sandworm, right? So let me go open scene. I'll start with the base. And yeah, if you guys remember, I was having a little trouble basically just getting the images to display right, and that was my stupid mistake. I was pulling from the individual images and not the UV. Rookie mistake, which is really embarrassing considering how many stupid years I've been using this program. Let's go to setup. There you go. And that's it. Yeah, I'll save that. Alright, so this is our bad boy, right? And he is just a series of images, right? So it's, I mean, I'm trying to make him look like 3D, but of course he's not, right? I got 3 different mouths that can overlap, and I can turn them on and off to try and set that correct. So to begin with, I got like the head control, right? So that just brings out the whole thing, right? And that gives me the opportunity to do some of that, as well as some scale as well. So I can scale him up like that within reason, right? There's a little offset there, so he's a little funky, but it's good enough. So I got that, and then of course individual mouth controls. I got those guys as well. So I can do that. Position, as well as rotate, as well as scale, to get some nice play off of that. Same with the mid and the closed, which, to be honest, after doing some animation, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one too much. It was a good idea, but I just don't think it lends itself well when you see the giant head and you just see the little mouth. You know, I was thinking like a biting kind of motion. It would kind of like go down to completely closed, but it doesn't really read that well, and it just sort of looks funky. So it's there, but I may not even use it. Here's my cog, my center of gravity, which controls the whole bad boy. This is kind of cool, where I have it actually separated like this, so the head stays where it wants to be, right? So I can animate that separately, right? We got that going like that. Switch over here, right? So I got that like there, and then of course each individual piece, I can grab these guys, boom, do that. Now you can see, right, here's something to make note, because these are just little 2D sprites, right? You can see how they kind of rip themselves apart, And the simple solution for that is just to counter animate, to just translate their position a little bit, like so, and there. You know, it's sharp edges, but I think it kind of works well for this character anyways. So, if you come back to setup, don't save. There you go. So I got a few of the basic animations set up as well. Let's see, starting with crawl, of course, and then attack and turn, and because if you guys remember from a million years ago, I introduced the idea with the sandworm that he has like a tunnel that you can go from one to the other. Walk and Talk and is in the house. I already had some beans to spill and need help to clean it up, or something along those lines. How's it going? It is going really well, man. Yourself? Yeah, I hadn't seen you in a while, man. Welcome back. Yeah, since you asked me nicely, you know what? I was gonna wait a little while, but what the heck? I'll spill the beans. I'll right off the bat. What do you say? I'm not gonna do like one of those article things where they tease it and you have to go like 7 paragraphs down in there. So you're just waiting to hear it, and the person just keeps stalling and not. Okay, I'm doing that right now. Yeah. So here is the big news. You ready for this? I even made a new graphic. Right? You ready for this? Here it comes. And 3, 2, 1. There you go. The big news. Tribble Troubles. I got permission to put this stupid thing on the Xbox. That's right. I sent it to Microsoft. Yes, I sent it to Microsoft, and I got the thumbs up. So I'm going to be getting some dev kits in the mail. And yeah, that is truly exciting news. I'm really thrilled about that. Still haven't heard back from Nintendo. I submitted to Nintendo. That is really cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm thrilled, man. Yeah, absolutely thrilled. Submitted to Nintendo a month and a half ago. How will it work? Oh, online. Definitely online. I'm not going to try and do a physical kind of release. Just, I mean, that would be insane expensive. I mean, just, like, here, there you go. Just, you have to remember, because I'm going to go this route, that means I have to get it in ESRB rating, right? Just for the US. And if I want to release it in other territories, I have to get a rating review in all those other territories as well. Oh, there you go. Hey, play fetch for my doggy there. There you go. And nice catch. Congrats. There you go. Yeah, so the ESRB, right? I have to go to ESRB now because I'm a super small scale. It only costs $800 to get a review, but that's I mean that's a lot of money out of pocket just to get a review. And once again, that only covers, North American territories, right? And whatever territories the ESRB truly represents. So if I want to release it in Europe, then we're talking PEGI, right? Not to mention the fact that Xbox dictates that if you're going to do that, not only you have to have the, the review, right, by that board, but you also have to have it localized as well, right? So any territory that I want to release the game into, I have to have it localized for that language as well. So it would not be released in the EU? No, I mean, I will. I mean, I'm going to have to fork out for ESRB and for PEGI, right? So, and then, yeah, I mean, well, EU is a little more complicated too, because depending on which countries it gets released in, I have to make sure that it's, works through their native language as well. So there's going to be a lot of localization, which, to be honest, I haven't done, because, excuse me, with mobile, it's just kind of like throw it up there, who cares, right? So it's going to be a little more interesting, the fact that I've gotten away with not actually having localization, because most of my games are pretty self-explanatory, and the text really isn't crucial, generally speaking. But this one will be, right? So, I mean, I'm going to have to do it one way or the other. But, yeah, I'm excited. Terrified and excited, just because this definitely moves stuff up to a higher scale. Oh, but what I was mentioning was the fact that, did something happen to Twitch, by the way? It looks fresh? Not really. It looks fresh. Well, I did move myself up here to the top, and I introduced Penny, so you can play catch with her occasionally. But no, everything else should be about the same. I don't think I really changed anything. You mean the browser? Oh, did they change some stuff on Twitch? I hadn't really paid attention to it. They may have. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm kind of oblivious. It looks pretty much the same to me, but there might be some changes there. But speaking of streaming stuff, there was a story today that Streamlabs, which is my tool that I use for doing all this stuff, right? They just got bought by Logitech for like $90 million. So, yeah, that's some good cash. So I'm not sure what that means for me. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Hopefully that means Logitech won't like turn into something where it's like, you know, $5 a day rental or, you know, whatever. So we'll have to see what Logitech does with Streamlabs now that they own it, but we'll have to see. But yeah, so yeah, as I said, once again, just in case someone else just showed up, yeah, the big news is my game here, Tribble Troubles, which I've been working on for a few months now, but over 4 months, 5 months. Yeah, I got official permission. I will be releasing it for the Xbox, so that's gonna be fun, exciting stuff. Wish I had that kind of money. Yeah, you and me both, man. That would be nice. That'd be very nice. All right, so let me show you. So last Friday, I was just starting to rig up the little sandworm character that appears in the second world for Tribble Troubles, and I'll give you a little taste of what that's gonna look like. I broke a bunch of stuff. Hopefully I can work on that today, but I've got some tricks up my sleeve that I can just do a hard code trick. So let me switch to Canyon, save, like so, hard code, switch that, oops, yeah, switch that back like so, there we go. Did you get to feel the effects of the storm Area 51 thingy? You are decently close, right? Not really. The closest I came was seeing it on the news. You know? So, no. And it's funny, I actually started up, I just, last week, I just gotten back from a vacation. My wife and I went to Japan for 11 days. So that was actually more interesting because we got there, you know, and it was supposed to be the tail end of the rainy season, but we actually were there for 11 days. Started off in Tokyo, went to Kyoto, and ended up in Osaka before we came home. And we left just a couple days before they got hit by a typhoon. So we definitely timed that right. But no, for the Area 51 guys, I'm glad to see that people had fun, right? Just because I didn't want that to become a story with a couple of idiots that try and climb the fence and end up, you know, becoming target practice, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think the town liked it because they got a bunch of exposure. They got a bunch of people coming out and camping and buying stuff. But yeah, like I said, aside from just seeing the stories on the local news, not too much here. All right. Excuse me. All right, so if I fire this up, we should get the early idea of what it's going to look like with, there we go, with the sandworm. I like going on holiday, but that seems too intense for me. To be honest, that was actually my very first, this is embarrassing. As old as I am, that is actually my very first international trip. If you discount being 6 months old and going to Australia, which I do. But that's actually my first trip out of the country. And yeah, it was a blast. I mean, it's, you know, with the modern day phone and using Google Translate, I mean, it's like one of those things that you just hold the phone up to a sign and it'll, you know, translate it moderately well. But in fairness, also Japan, a lot of the signs are in duality. They have like Japanese and also English below it, you know. So it wasn't that difficult to get around, to be honest. It's like the TwitchCon you showed, but 24/7 even outside. That's true. It is a very, very crowded place for sure. That's, yeah. Yeah. All right, so check this out. So here is the beginnings of the new stuff, right? This is gonna be the underground. Obviously right now I'm just starting to set up the tiles. So right now I just have the basic tile set up, so everything's incredibly square, but I'll be correcting that pretty soon. But you can see the little sandworm guy, right? So the interesting thing about him is you see he's got the spikes, right? So obviously you do not want to mess with him. He's got his spikes out, and the only time you can squish him is when he's doing his turnaround, right? So you got to time it right. Wait for him to come out like that. Oh shoot, I missed him. Like that. There you can squish him. I'm missing the squish animation. You can see he disappeared right there, so I got to correct that. Why does he look at the ground sometimes? That's supposed to be him turning around, right? So that's supposed to be him, and that's, you know, that gives you the opportunity to squish him. Yeah. It's just, it's sort of like explains, you know, he's not good at stopping, so, you know, and it's sort of like a tool for you to have an opportunity to take him out, because literally the rest of the time, you know, you're gonna just take damage like that, you know. So if he's coming by, boom, oops. Oh, hey, I missed that. I got the collider box a little on the backside there. Oh, look at that. I'm being generous with the collider box. I might have to tweak that, because that was... I wonder if... I have a second collider box. I wonder if it's actually not coming active again. Let me check that. Because I should have taken some damage when I touched his tail there. Let's see. Take this out of... There we go. Let's see. Sandworm. This guy. No, both are okay. Both are visible. Oh, it didn't move back into place. Look at that. So I have the second collider box designed to sort of like not. You have like one box that's like right for the head and one for the tail, but it's not returning to its position. Yeah. Okay. There's a bug. Woo. Have to fix that. All right. So there you go. There you go. I have to go do that after I finish my stream. I have to go outside. Uh-oh. Penny's not happy. She's gonna throw the disc here. She's gonna pout. Failure. Oh, and you lost your points too. Look at that. Uh-oh. She's eating the disc. She actually does that. It's kind of a cute little thing, right? She whips it around. She is. But and then she like drops it right in front of you. So yeah, I had that idea a while back where it was kind of like I go out afterwards and I always throw the disc for it. I can't say the normally I'd say the FRISBEE word, but if I say that out loud, she knows and she gets really excited. So I literally cannot say the F word, so I have to say toss the disc. But yeah, she loves doing that, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun just to shoot it and sort of turning into like a laserdisc kind of thing, and that's kind of what it is. It kind of harks back to the old laserdisc video game days. She knows. That's great. Oh, she's way too smart. Yeah, she knows like key phrases, and that one, you know, all I have to do is, you know, start it off. Even when she was a puppy, I would just say it, and she would completely connect, and then she starts crying, and then just running around like crazy, you know. And she thinks it's fun, but like in the summertime when it got up into like, you know, 110 degrees out here, right? She thought of fun, and she was thinking it was fun at first, but after she got about 20 tosses, then she would start, you know, she would take the, I almost said the F word. She'd take the disc, instead of like bringing it back to me and drop it in front of me, she would just kind of like turn around and like stay in the middle of the yard and drop it. And that was her way of saying that she was tired. You know, not too subtle. So some fun things about this is, you know, if you have the space right in here, you're never going to be able to squish him. I mean, you can do it, but it's really hard, right? So if you're going to be like a total pro, you can try and snip off some time here by like getting, but see like that, I mean, I'm totally messing that up. Oh, and here I'm demonstrating the fact I talked about here. When you get down to 1 star, it now flashes. So there's no way, you know, if you're just focused on the Tribble, peripheral vision will always tell you that, uh-oh, I better get some health going. Boom, and I'm dead. There you go. So this is the new, obviously ton of stuff to do in the tiles, right? You can see how these guys aren't connecting. You can see the modular nature of it in this one for sure. And obviously these sharp edges, as well as the background, is all sharp edges right now. But I'll be fixing that hopefully today, if there's time. We'll see how much I get through. But let me make note. Sandworm collider box. Not going to the right spot. Alright. Let me take a look at that first. So I'm going to pause this right off the bat. So, walking talking, man. What about you, man? What's new? Haven't seen you in a while. I know I took that little break myself, but yeah. It's good to see you again. Anything new and exciting on your end? me see if I can figure this guy out. Let me know if there's anything fun or new, any good movie. Okay, so there it is. So there's the box the way it should be. Making a new garage. A lot of work, but paying someone to do most of the hard work. Oh, that's cool. Nice. So wait, so you just had like a carport before, and you're like building a garage on top of it, or you just like a detached kind of garage? Either way, that's pretty cool, man. Sounds like a ton of work, though. I gotta believe that's a ton of work. Oh, you had a 50-year-old garage. So, yeah, it might have been time, right? Wow. Alright, let me take this out of maximize. Oh, look at that. It's already in the wrong spot. There. Okay. So it might be the animation that's doing that. Oh, it is. Check it out. It was there in the correct frame at the beginning there. All right, I'm rooting for you, man. Here it comes. Oh, there. Look at that. Nothing but net. There you go. There's a little volume too. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of subtle, but when she brings it back, you can actually hear like run by you. You know. Even now, I think there's like a subtle bit, maybe a little panting in there. All right, so I know what's wrong here. So I gotta fix the collider box. So tell you what, let's go into our prefabs. Bring up the old sandworm. There you go. Bring this up. Animator, animation, crawling. Wow. Yeah, that's wrong right from the start, isn't it? Oh, stupid auto update. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. No. Oh, here we go. I want this guy. But am I doing it? Let's see. Yeah, okay, it is him. So that's good. So if you scale. Like so. Oh, it's doing the wrong one. It flipped it on me. Crap. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is this is a bug in Unity. Excuse me. Is the fact that here in my dope sheet for the animation, you can only have one. It'll only let you access one collider box, right? So if I go into properties, you can see I only see the one collider box, even though I have two attached. I know I can throw it on a separate layer, but I want it to be on the object, so when it takes a hit, it reports it to itself, and I don't have to write a special code, a script that like tells it to its parent to say, oh, this box got hit, right? I want both of these to be here. I guess what I could do is actually change it from a collider box to something else. That might work. So let me try that. So I'm going to remove him there. So now this guy. Yeah. So now that collider box animation, which was affecting the smaller one, right, now just reverted to the bigger one. And then now that's in the wrong spot here, so let's fix that. Oh, you know what? We don't have to do that. We just do it this way. Copy. Paste. There. There he goes. Alright, So instead of using a box collider, I'll put something that's a little less efficient, but at least I know I can get animation control on the same object. So let's go down here. Hello. Excuse me. I mean, I could do a circle. God, I hate to do that. Alright, so I have a choice of a box capsule. Capsule's a total waste. Circle. Composite. Edge. Polygon tile map. Yeah. God, I mean, even the circle's not... You know what, circle, I should do that for this guy. Make the box collider be the tail. Because the circle would work well for this head area. That's not a bad idea. Circle collider. Now I should be able to add that. Yes? Yes, okay. So there's the trick. If you just pull up two different types of colliders, you can get away with it. So let's go offset. And then scale, or radius, I guess I call it. There. Okay. Now we got him. So let me push him up to the top here. There we go. No. That's interesting. Oh yeah, it's just the radius. Alright, but I can't... Let's see. Circle collider. Really? I can't... Okay, all I can do is the offset. That's kind of crappy. You gotta like be right on that dot too. If you miss, you lose the selection. Alright. Yeah. This is kind of crappy. It's not gonna let me actually do the position. I have to just do it through offset. But on the plus side, it's gonna be tighter for sure. Alright. Oh god. Hit the wrong thing there. I'll go 3 frames in. Just like so. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's generating the it's creating the new keys for me automatically, so that takes care of that headache. There you go. Alright, you know what? I'll try my luck as well. How about this? Come on, Dougie. Treat me well. Let's see. Here we go. Mm-hmm. There you go. Never had a doubt. No, that's funny. I just realized because your name's so long, it's actually tossing on a second line. That's... Oops. I could have done a scaling thing, but the problem with the scaling the text is that once it does that, the name and the numbers are actually on separate items, so the numbers wouldn't scale. I mean, I guess I could do something where I just sort of like attach the text, the score to the name, and post that as a full line. But anyway, ugh. I mean, that was a half a day worth of throwing together, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, so lost my focus there for a second. There you go. Alright. So I'm doing with 2 colliders. I still think 2 colliders, especially just a sphere and a box, is more efficient than having any kind of mesh that I kind of contour over time. So I think this is still a better bet, but anyone that has better knowledge than me on the physics of this stuff can tell me if I'm nuts. Well, I mean, okay, that's an obvious. Yeah, of course I'm nuts. But I mean, if I'm wrong about this being better than doing some kind of mesh collider that I modify in real time or something. Like that. Just step through this. But I thought about that. I thought about, you know, since I didn't have access to a second box collider over here in the animation side, since they were side by side, I thought about, you know, maybe if I switched out for another thing, but I was just being like lazy, I guess. But best approach here. Of course, I'm gonna do this for all the animations, but once it's done, it'll work. Ooh. Speaking of Penny. Yeah, it's probably not even for us. It's probably just like a neighbor coming home or something. She's a little trigger happy. I assume you can hear that barking in the background. That's all the way downstairs, like on the other side of the universe, and you can still hear. She's only a little two years old, but she's got a heck of a bark. All right, let's see how this looks so far. Yeah, that's good. Right there. Like that. Alright, last one. I'll just copy the first keyframe. That should work. Alright. And then for the final one. Like so. That didn't do it, did it? Oh, I didn't get the radius, did I? I guess I really don't need it since I'm just using this. That's strange that it didn't copy over. That's weird. Okay, let me try that. Let me try that again. Copy, paste. Huh. Radius adjusted? I guess it did. Copy. Paste. There it goes. There it is. Okay, cool. Now it's hanging nicely with the head there. Alright, so that's that. I gotta do the same for the box. And the key thing was that what I found is if I just did the box for the whole object, right, there's situations where the head is like way up here and the tail's down low, but that box going all the way across. So you would hit, let me see if I can find a good example, like right here, right? If you would land like right here, excuse me, you would take damage. And it looks stupid because like, wait, I'm not even close to the guy. Why am I taking damage here? Because the collider box was covering that whole vicinity. So that's when I had the idea of just doing, let me split it. Alright, and so he's good, he's good. Now we're dealing with this. Yep. Alright. I'll just do like that. This I'm not going to worry about too much because you're never going to be underneath. He's always grounded. So I'm just more concerned about that area. Alright, you know what? I might just delete all these. Because they're pretty much useless at this point. Just make new keyframes for all these guys. Alright. So, good example here. So I gotta kind of split the difference. And then what I could do is make it up with the sphere, with the circle. Let's see. I guess what I need to do is like, I'll do it on the 3s. Like so. So it can be consistent. So there's a little gap right here. I mean, I could fix that by just going into this guy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if I could just not miss. You gotta hit right on that point, man. If you miss, you just lost your selection. There you go. So kind of split the difference. If I go like this, a little bit more here, a little less there. Yeah. That's good enough. I mean, there's a little wiggle room there where it's not contacting, but that should be good. Okay. All right. Man, I wish I could just rotate that box. That would be so nice if I just had a little, nice little bit of rotation, but nope. All I got is offset in size. Do an edge radius, but nah. I think that just adds a little more performance hit, so I guess I will not do that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, key thing here is, I mean, if you get in this area, you're probably going to hit either this box or the sphere, but I'll try and make it up with the sphere here. There you go. Yeah, that's decent. Kind of split the difference there. Go a little bit on the teeth. I mean, if anything, I want it to be under because I want this to kind of be in the player's favor. So I'd rather miss a hit than feel like the player got cheated. So I'll leave it like that. All right. Yeah, that's working. See how that little gaps, but I think that's pretty minor. So let's go back to the box. Split it like to there maybe. Yep, and the rest I'll try and do with the sphere. Or the disc. I keep calling it a sphere, but I guess it's a circle, not a sphere. That. That's pretty good. A little bit of a gap there, but odds are, like in the next frame, you'd either hit one side or the other there. Alright. This one I might be able to get away with just using the box. Hate that. I mean, that is just like a couple pixels wide there. That's good. You know what? Actually, I don't like that. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Alright. And for this one, bring it down. Kind of split the difference. That's a small gap. I can live with that for sure. And then finally this one, just kind of bring it down. There we go. Now the box. Grab all these guys, go copy, paste. There you go. I think I might tweak this. See if we can mess with the sphere here again. Circle. I didn't say sphere. I said circle. Stretch that out a little bit. Yeah. So just checking in between my keys there, make sure there's nothing that's like too much of a gap. That's okay. Yeah, so I mean, my choice here is I either, you know, let this go, or I raise it up, and then I make this kind of a hit, even though it's not. And I would, that would be bad. So I'm gonna leave that as is. Alright, that's pretty good. So crawling is the key one. That's when we really care about the contacts. And then let's see. Attacking doesn't really matter, because I mean, at that point he's basically purely invisible. At this point the player's already taken their damage, so they're sort of like in an invincible state. So Collider Box here doesn't really matter. So I'm not going to bother messing with him here. Tunnel Enter. Yeah, I think I will, just in case, move that. Let's see. Offset. Yeah, I think I just do it with the offset. There you go. I just want to do this just a small bit. Like this. That should be enough. Uh-oh. Oh, I wasn't in edit mode. It bit me. Stupid thing. Forgot about that. Yeah, for anyone that ever asks, you know, why don't you ever think about like doing your animation in Unity? Yeah, this is why. It is, it's not friendly, you know. There's that new animation tool, which I just picked up thanks to the new Humble Bundle, which, by the way, I gotta give a plug to that. Check this out. If you're a Unity user, this is definitely a great, fantastic deal. I'll drop this right here. It is a ton of software, and I picked it up. I mean, just for the Easy Mobile looks like an interesting plugin for me. There's a bunch of like environments. Dynamic Bone is a nice little plugin. Here, I'll bring this over here so I can see what I'm talking about. Expand this. Right. Easy Mobile, pretty interesting. Nice little tree generator. A couple of environments, like the low poly version and then the high res with textures, which is pretty cool. Dynamic Bone is actually something that I've already owned for a while, but this one, UMotion Pro, which actually introduces like real animation tools to Unity. I've not played with it. I want to try and take a little time to see if it's worth the effort, but I mean, if it's one of those things where I can do it in Unity versus going back over to Maya, especially for like 2D stuff, then that might be a better choice for me, just because the turnaround time is faster, you know. And stuff that happens in Maya sometimes behaves differently in Unity because of the compression and that kind of stuff. And I find myself, you know, even when I bake keyframes, it still kind of does that. And I either have to tweak the compression import settings or just go back and actually tweak the keyframes, which is just kind of a pain. I mean, especially if you want to do an update of the animation, if you go back to Maya, you're making a change, then it's going to break your changes that you did in Unity. A UI management system, I haven't looked at that too much. Some other beautiful art sets there. Actually, that looks, the high res looks pretty good. Let's see, a 1-year license for Unity Learn Premium. I haven't gone through there yet. I'm going to see if there's a couple things that I could bone up on for sure. Playmaker, I've owned that for a million years. Aura 2, picked that up for the first time. That's actually a really nice volumetric lighting and fog tool. Another one of the art sets, which I saw this recently. It just came out in just, I think, a few weeks ago, because I saw it on Unity's new list, and just really pretty. And then also this other website that gave you a 1-year training course as well. So for those that are playing with Unity, and then I mean, oh, by the way, the whole thing, $15 or more right? And that scores you all that stuff. I mean, just for the UMotion Pro animation tool, which on the asset store sells for $60. So that alone, I think, is actually a fantastic deal. But I mean, pretty much any one of these plugins by themselves covers that cost. So fantastic deal, and glad I jumped on it. It's got just a little over 17 days left. So if you are a Unity person like me, then definitely give that a look. That's a great deal. Alright, but in the meantime, animation is still a pain in the butt here until I get UMotion dialed in and see if that's a good alternative. Alright, so let's see what we got going here. Oh yeah, so I guess I should actually, that sphere, I should mess with him as well. That should be good enough. Like so. In theory, you're never really gonna get to him at this point, because this is an instance where you've changed levels and he's going into the tunnel, right? So, which means that you're literally on separate levels. So in theory, you would never even have a chance to come in contact with him. But just to err on the side of caution, I'm gonna play with these to make sure that it doesn't screw up. Alright, I'm gonna grab these guys, go copy, throw it to last frame, paste. Alright, let me do the same for the sphere. Just make sure I get it out of the way. Circle. I didn't say sphere, I said circle. Do offset. Alright. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I haven't done a bombing run today, have I? Here you go. There you go. Everyone flies. Everyone flies down here. Okay. So let's start here at the beginning. That's fine for the first frame. And then go into the edit collider. Go right here in the middle. And I'm just going to keep them tucked in inside the collider box. Like so. There it goes. Good. Oh, and then let me hit, yeah, save on that. I turned off autosave because obviously it updates for every scene that it's in. So any change you make, it freezes while it saves. So I just got to make sure when I make a bunch of changes that I actually hit save. Okay. Tunnel exit. Now this one I definitely want to do because it's not that pretty. I mean, I got a whole series of 2D sprites that I'm hiding in there, but you know, when it goes at full speed, which is like this, you know, you don't see how crappy that animation is, right? You know, frame by frame, you kind of go, ooh, that's ugly. But I mean, that's the best I could do considering it is just a series of sprites overlaid on top of each other. You know, without doing any kind of sprite swapping, and for something that's literally, what, 10 frames, that's going at 50 frames a second, so it's, I mean, you know, fraction of a second. So, yeah, this looks like garbage, and this is what it looks like in real speed. So there you go. If someone was to record it and advance it frame by frame and show it on YouTube and make fun of me, dude, be my guest, man. All right. So let me add the box and the circle. Just go with the offset. Yep. The circle offset. I'm calling it a circle now. Hey, that's an improvement. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Box collider. Let's get him active. All right. Turn on animation so my changes actually mean something. Alright, we'll start way up here, like so. There we go. And just go 4 frames in. That should be enough to get us to our final spot. Oh wait, you know what? Sorry, actually he's tail, isn't he? I'm sorry, I'm used to doing collider box for the whole thing. I gotta get over that mindset. He's tail now. So I just put him right there. Ooh. Alright, definitely gotta fix that. That's good. That should be enough. Yep. Alright, grab all these guys, copy, paste. Like that. That should be good. Alright. And I think we can mark him pretty much done. I'll tweak. There you go. Just give the player a little bit of room there. Like I said, just trying to avoid the bad hit. Alright. Time for the circle. Yes, calling it circle now. That's good. Obviously need to put him, oops, in the right spot. There he goes. Alright. Stretch him out to here. Oof. Yeah, a bit like the putting the bed sheet on the bed. You keep pulling one corner, another one pulls away. That's okay. Alright. Yeah, that's in the spike range, so that's good enough. Alright, but this is the question. That's not too bad. I'll tuck that in. Bring that up a little bit. Good. Boom. And then gotta fix that, of course. That and bring this guy in, and we should be just about there. Yeah. Boom. And we're good. Control S that. Turning. Let's see what's happening with turning. Yeah. I think that's okay. The sphere is tucked inside, so in this case we'll let the collider box just be the main driving target there. That's okay. Alright. Turning enter, just make sure nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I can live with that. Just a couple frames long, so that's okay. Turning exit. That's after he does his back and forth, and then he goes back. Boom. So this one, actually, I think I will clean up, because this one does matter, because now we're going back into the move. Not likely that the player's going to hit him while he's doing that drop down, because it's literally 4 frames, but just in case, because it'd be a weird quirk. It suddenly snaps, and because they go back into the crawling. So let's go ahead and add. Start with a circle. Really, I just added the whole thing? No, it just added nothing. Circle. Offset. It's kind of hard to tell what's what here. Did it add? Yeah, it added that time. Alright. And then, because it's like so far over, there's no way to tell which one. You have to like either just eyeball it and hope you're getting the right one, or you have to just count from below. There you go. That's the right one. Alright. It's interesting that the box collider, I guess it's alphabetical. Maybe. Because it's going over the sandworm, even though I over the circle, even though I added the circle first. But, just getting a little anal there. Okay. So, let's go to the circle. Cool. You know what? I can just borrow these frames. Oh. Paste. That wasn't as helpful as I thought it might be. I still got to do the adjustment, so that's good enough. Yeah, that's good. All right, well, let's do the same with the box. See, this one's a little easier, of course, because it's not doing that shifting like the radius kind of setting on the circle does. I'm getting good. I'm calling it a circle. Alright, I think what I might do is just slide it out as it's dropping. Like so. Yeah, because I mean, if you're hitting down here, right there, then you're pretty much getting tagged. You can't hit just the box there and not be hitting the tail, so it's a little bit of a cheat, but I think that's legit. Maybe shrink that a little bit there. And I think that's good. Okay. And then turning flip. I keep hitting that thing, don't I? Oh yeah, that's just going up. Oh, and I got these guys. So let me, I've been meaning to put these out of the way anyways. Let's see. Hit spike 1. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to take his Z and just throw him to... No? You don't like that? Oh, because I'm not in edit mode. How'd I fall out of it? -3. Nope, okay. Then I'm just going to have to go crazy with the scale. Just like that. Spike 1, scale. Like so. And paste. Hannibal, what up, buddy? Long time no see, man. How you doing? What is going on, TGIF, man? What's new? What's shaking? Man, is that like, oh man? What does that translate to? Or you just identifying my gender in case I was unsure. All right. Let's see. I have lost track of how many times I rebuilt my rig over the last week. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, they did? They fired... Wait, those are two separate things, right? You talking about the rig at home, or are you talking about the rig at work and the coworker? You got LASIK. Soups, what up, buddy? Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing, man? All right, since Soups, who's been doing some serious hardcore gaming as of late, since Soup showed up and Hannibal showed up, I mentioned it. A link, Soup's buddy. No, I don't think it's quite that, but so I mentioned the good news earlier, but I'll do it again. Here you go. I actually, it was such fun news that I actually made a little text out of it. So here we go. I'll fire it up here. You ready? Good news coming in. Oh, it is. Soup says in link. Okay, I stand corrected. All right, here we go. Big news. You ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. Let me fill my drink up. So, there you go. That is my good news. Yeah, I submitted to him a few weeks ago. Actually, like over a month ago. And just heard back yesterday that I will be able to release Tribble Troubles on Xbox. Oh man, there you go. Yeah, very excited. Very excited. So Hannibal, man, that's some scary stuff, man. Just the concept of that, getting that stuff done. Yeah, my mom actually had that done, right? And that's crazy. But I mean, it works great, you know. So I mean, you able to ditch the glasses now, or is that something it's like corrects one thing but not the other? Excuse me. But oh yeah, so Xbox, I still haven't heard back from Nintendo. We're now talking over a month and a half, which is really infuriating because when I submitted to Nintendo, they said that we're reviewing it and we'll let you know within 4 weeks, and it's been almost 2 months now, so that's frustrating. Dude, it's like having a staring contest with a T800 for 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Jeez, that's crazy. Well, congrats on that, man. That's big news for sure. Yeah, I don't know if the ding was for me or for him. Either one, I think, deserves a ding. But oh yeah, Halo's right. Yeah, I've heard about that. That you sometimes see that. But yeah, so I'm still hoping that Nintendo steps up. You know, I mean, and gives me permission, because I'd really like to get the stupid thing on the Switch. I think this game would just be so perfect. I went through I went through ID. I went through ID at Xbox. I submitted to that, so it's the proper full, like. Now the downside is now I have to get an ESRB rating and all that kind of fun stuff, right? I have to do localization for any market that I want to submit the game into. So, you know, be careful what you wish for, I guess. So it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. But yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of, I'll show you. The dreaded compliance testing. That is true. Yeah. Hopefully they won't find too much, but you know, eventually. All right. So speaking of, so I'll show you what I got going. So you guys have been seeing for like months now the you know, the underground, but I'm starting to put together the canyon. So this is still early days, so the tiles are really boring, just the square tiles, but you get to see the sandworm in action now. Luckily, the rating system is built into Windows Dev Center. When you submit an application, localization is another beast. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but you still, I mean, but okay, but you're just talking about the submitting the ESRB you can do through the Windows Dev Center? I mean, but, I mean, I don't think that applies to Xbox. I think you still have to do ESRB, though, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. But I did my homework on it, and the good news, if you can call it good news, is that it only cost $800. Since I'm a small scale, but their normal fee is like thousands of dollars, right? So for the indies, they go, oh, you're just like a little guy doing it out of your bedroom, so we'll only charge you $800. There you go. So here's Mr. Sandworm trying to come at me. And you see he's got the spikes, which means that you basically can't step on him except for when he's doing that little turnaround move, right? That. And you can squish him then. That's the only time you can actually take him out. The rest of the time, he's just going to hurt you. Like this. Boom. Choom. Like that. Oh yeah, I was going to fix that too. Right now, when he does damage, he should turn around and come after you in whatever direction you're in. But right now, he just kind of keeps going in that direction. But, oh, and also for anyone that probably didn't notice, but I revamped the GUI as well. Picked up a nice little GUI art set that I liked and did a little tweak on that. And so, and then based on a suggestion from one of the guys that was coming around here before named Mike, he was complaining that he didn't like the fact that I showed the Tribble icon up here and had the like 5 of 5s. He thought that was like, you know, how many lives he had. So he suggested the heart thing, which I thought was actually a good idea. So I went to that route instead. I'm curious what Nintendo is going to say to me. Well, right now they're saying nothing. You know, it's right now it's crickets. I mean, part of me wants to just like email them, kind of going, guys, you know, Xbox said yes, right? Come on, Xbox. You know, what do you say? Switch? Give me some love in here, right? So, but I mean, I'm not in a hurry, I guess, so I can just try and give them more time. But I mean, it is really exacerbating, frustrating. Just have no idea what's going on, right? I don't know if it's just got stuck in a loop. Did it, it fall through the cracks, I mean, I could do a follow-up email, I guess, at some point, just kind of go, hey, guys, remember when you said 4 weeks? Well, that was like 3 months ago, Let's see. Sorry, I just left there. I turned off my PC on impulse for some reason, so I got Twitch from my phone to say goodnight. I will try and catch the next stream, too. All right, Walk and Talk, man. Thanks for coming by. Great to see you again, man. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. All right, take care. All right. So, still early days for this. As I said, I mean, right now it's just I have all the tiles, but I need to create the rules and the ability to make some nice curves and shapes and stuff like that. So right now it's just really boring. But at least the cool thing, though, is that all the stuff I did in the prototype has translated nicely. So, I mean, it's kind of cool that in terms of like modular nature, it's working really well. So that's great news. So I'm really happy about that. Stay away. Yeah. Oh. Yep, that was too close. He almost got tagged there. There you go. Do it that way. There you go. That's a little sneak around. Just kind of like let him come up. Come on, buddy. There you go. Bye-bye. There you go. And of course I got to fix this, the top area. I just fixed the lower part. So this is still using, obviously, the old... Ooh, that's a bug. Look at that. I got to fix that corner. All right, I'm going to be anal to do that right now. Let's see. Be under levels, underground. That'd be end. Left. There it is. All right, switch back to the underground tiles. That would be this guy. Uh-oh. Foreground. Soups is now hosting my stream with 1 viewer. Thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, man, happy you came by, man. Good to see you. You gonna be coming for the IGDA meeting next week? We're back strong now that Larry has joined the fold again. He's gonna be bringing us some great speakers, so it should be a good meeting. Excuse me. Save. Right. That's cool. That's good. He's good. Alright, so probably have to fix this in the easy as well. Let's see. Yep. Need to fix this one. Switch to foreground. Alright. You know what? I clicked on that other one. Let me make sure that I didn't just screw that up. Let me double check him. Left. Save. Foreground. Turn off. Yeah, I did. I put that little tile in the background. Oh, no. Maybe I didn't. It's just a redraw issue. Thank you, Unity, for scaring me. Click. Done. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. Seeing Larry was back and renew my confidence for good speakers. You saw some movies. My wife and I saw Ad Astra, speaking of movies, and she still gave me grief over it. I chose it. I was going, oh my god, Hearts of Darkness in space. I'm on board, man. This is awesome. And first quarter of the movie, man, I was on board. This was fun. This is, I'm loving this. And then it slowed down a little bit, and then it slowed down some more, and then it slowed down so much that I thought it was going backwards. Yeah, would have been good as a 1-hour short film, I think. But yeah, I think even before I got home, I think my wife had informed me at least 6 times that was so boring. It was so slow. It's like, yeah, I heard you. Okay, I got it. Took out through inaction. Yeah. Pretty much that's the best way of, if you want to defeat your enemies, is just do nothing. Yeah, that's the consensus. I keep hearing about that movie. I really did have high hopes. I was just thinking that was going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's the potential was there. You know, the potential was definitely there, but it just it gets so bogged down in the philosophical stuff. And to me, the frustrating thing about it is, right, yeah. Here we go. Soups is gonna play catch with my dog here, and nice catch. Excuse me. So, yeah. Okay, there's that, right? But it just, the thing that was frustrating to me is that it almost kind of felt like, it started feeling like a Scooby-Doo episode where it's like, okay, I get the idea, right? There's hints at things, right? But then when he literally nails it with the voiceover to spoon feed you, in case you didn't pick up on the subtleties, and it's like, how could you not, man? Even Murder, She Wrote, crowd people that can't even guess the villains could figure this one out, you know? Space Monkey. Yeah, that really bugged my mom. That bugged my my wife as well. She was not. I thought it looked good. I thought visuals. You know, speaking on visuals, I thought visuals were fantastic. But yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, that was a complete copy paste of Jungle Tiger turned monkey. You know, but yeah. Disappointed. You know, I mean, some really good moments, some really good potential, but yeah. Simply, you just gave me an idea when I stream game dev now. Oh, nice. There you go. I want royalties. I want a piece of that first million. What do you say? Yeah. So yeah, I gotta hurry up and finish this because I've hinted at the fact that I've got a second game now, intellectual property that I've secured, so I want to like start doing some of that as well. But I've got a third potentially coming up as well, which I'll leak those out eventually. But if that happens, man, as if my life isn't busy enough, that could be crazy. They are on a space station to discover life in the distant planets. Do that with unmanned satellites right now. It made you a little angry? Wow. Please, Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah. I agree. I agree. And it did seem like some things... the irony is the fact that the stuff they should have been subtle on, they were just in your face, right? Complete with narration overload. And the stuff that could have used clarification, they just kind of like treat it as like, well, no, that's, you know, yeah. Everyone just kind of goes, oh, well, right? Oh, seen Ad Astra and then Rambo. it made you stupid happy. That one's gonna be a Redbox rental for me, I think. I'll watch it, just give it a finish, but you know, I don't know if I want to drop the cash to see that in the theaters. Yeah, Alex has moved boldly. He has. It's worth the cash? Oh, okay. He is. I won't do that too much on the public stuff here, but yeah, the stuff he was talking about doing, he has done. So he's off trying to find the ultimate VR palace now. Once he gets set up, he'll have like a whole place with like rooms of VR, which would be awesome. Which means that we're all gonna like hang out at his place. Yep. He was off by an hour. But he enacted the plan at 1 hour later than he planned. But I just think it's so funny he actually had the time set up. It's exactly what it needs to be. Horrible things happen to only good characters. Rambo fixes it with vengeance. Yep. Yeah. I'll see it, you know. But I mean, after Ad Astra, I think I lost my wife's faith in my movie selection for at least a few minutes. So maybe one of the things I might have to go if she's like off doing one of her things, busy one night. Maybe I sneak out and go see that one. But you know, worst case, like I said, there's always Redbox. I mean, it's funny. Not that Redbox is saving me that much money because I've mentioned before, one of the perks of getting to a man of a certain age is the fact that my local casino just down the road, they have a movie theater on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. They have senior night, which I now technically qualify for. I don't want to say technically. I qualify for, and that means $4 to go see any movie. But then when you add the popcorn, then it becomes $50. But you can always do microwave at home. Abominable looks decent from the few minutes I saw this morning. Okay, that one I don't know. Abominable. Oh, little free guy. Okay, gotcha. Let's see who made it. Right. Let's see. So it's animated. Oh, it's DreamWorks. Oh, sweet. There's Abominable. That's cute. It's like Shrek without the fart jokes. Yeah, I mean, I trust DreamWorks. I definitely trust DreamWorks. It came out today. Oh, okay. $4.50 used to be the matinee. Matinee is basically still full price these days. That is so true, man. Like $8 or $10 for matinee. I was happy with the animation of the main character playing the violin. I haven't watched the previews, but I'll take your word for it. But yeah, DreamWorks. That's pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, it ain't Pixar in terms of quite the quality of animation. I mean, I'm a overly persnickety judge on that kind of stuff, but yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Hannibal. Lower the boom. They pay him to watch movies. Sorry, spoiler. Alright, so I fixed that one. Yep. He is so cool that they pay him to watch those movies. Which in some of those cases, that's the only way some of those movies should be seen, is being paid to watch them. Alright. So that's good. Oh yeah, I was going to finish Clatterbox stuff, wasn't I? It's very lame and very cool for you. Yeah. He is the real-life incarnate of Cinema Paradiso. Without the flames, of course, I hope. Let's go back here. Let's go animator. Prefab. I gotta check those collider boxes, make sure there's no others. I may have jumped away a little too early there. Dustin, you just said that about 90% of the films released this year. Yeah. There's a reason why I haven't been watching too much in the theaters. I mean, part of it is I'm workaholic, of course, but part of it is also why. I mean, yeah, you're right, man. There hasn't been a whole bunch to get all happy about. If you were here, I'd hook you up. I actually had a buddy of mine too. God, this was back in the 90s. Who he was a projectionist for a theater. I used to go visit him, and it was funny because he would like stock me up. Back then, looks for housing. Minnesota, there you go. Minnesota is about the same price as Las Vegas, I think, depending on the area, I guess. Types Minnesota search bar. But so yeah, this buddy of mine used to be a projectionist, and I used to go visit him, and he would just throw me like trailers, and then back then they used to put music videos before the trailers, right? So I still to this day I have a 35mm color print. Why did I say color? What's not in color? A 35mm print of Into the Great Wide Open, the music video. So don't know what I'm going to do with it. I mean, not like I have a 35mm projector to fire it up. And in this day and age, it's getting harder to even find an actual projector, right? Wait, show someone, under the age of 30, a giant reel of film. And I'm sure the first question is, how do you get in the computer? All right, so let's come back here. Let me check tunnel exit. Let's see. All right, so he's good. I did that, and then turning flip. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, so I guess I was pretty much done with the collider box stuff, so we can just say goodnight to that stuff. Watch Unite Copenhagen yesterday. Oh, you did? Okay. Unity 2019-3 is going to be pretty nice, but 2020 and beyond is going to be pretty awesome. I agree. If the stuff they're promising actually gets out in 2020. But yeah. Kind of like I was talking in the last Unity meeting, which I know Soups was hanging with me there, but I was complaining of the fact that I'm a little scared about the lightweight render pipeline being switched into the universal pipeline, because the whole point of lightweight render pipeline was the idea that you could strip it out, right? You could just completely strip it out and make it, in theory, run like crazy on mobile devices, right? And more importantly, HTML5, right? Which now they've backed away from that, by the way. I saw a little snippet on that because someone asked, it's kind of like, hello, what happened to, like, you know, HTML5 stuff you were promising? And then they basically made some, they alluded to Tiny Build is still progressing nicely, but it's like, wait, Tiny Build I thought was a key part of lightweight render pipeline. So if lightweight now goes to universal render pipeline, which by the way, from now on, you do not call it universal render pipeline, you call it ERP, right? So if ERP incorporates that as well, how is that going to work? Does that mean you have to like turn off 90% of ERP to get Tiny Build to work? Or is Tiny Build not going to get broken off into its own entity and be something new now? So, more questions than answers from those guys, but yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Doesn't matter, not like I'm going anywhere. I mean, I would just like to see some new stuff for mobile. Although, you know, I'm going to PC and Xbox now, so there you go, man. Mobile, what's mobile? Oh, the mobile's what I used to do, right? From what I can tell, it's still stripped out, but just has more features that can be added, like a miniature package manager for graphics. Okay, well, if it works that way, right? If it begins true bare bones and you have to build it up, that's cool. You know, or maybe if it has a couple of prefab approaches where you can select the ERP and say, I'm going to do mobile, I'm going to do Tiny Build, I'm going to do desktop, but not super high end. And it kind of drops into stuff it thinks you need, and you can tailor it after that. Okay, that's a little more palatable, I guess. But until we see, for sure, I'm not trusting. Dude, we're playing a Cabinet of Dr. Caligari with a live score. Oh, that is so cool, man. That is so cool. Hey, Luchini, welcome. What up? Nice, good catch. Yeah, I loved Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I was telling my wife about that. I love the set design from that movie. It was just so. I mean, as I said to her, it's like someone on LSD made it. I mean, just the shapes, right? You know, it just, you know, it's funny because anyone that ever played Psychonauts, they would look at Caligari and kind of go, "Oh, that's where that came from," you know, because everything in Psychonauts looks like something out of Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. We are playing Willy Wonka on Monday. So stoked for that one. You are talking about the good one, I hope, right? You are talking, yes, original, I hope. Which, for the record, scared the crap out of me as a little kid, man. The original, you know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, man, you know, because Newton need pair of shoes. There is only one. Good man. I like that answer. But yeah, Gene Wilder, man, he scared me as a kid, man. He's so intense for what's supposed to be just a kid film. That's pretty some, you know, intense stuff for sure. And we don't talk Abomination. That's funny. You know what? I'm gonna sneak in here myself. There we go. I gotta make sure that I don't fall behind. Come on. Come on, Penny. Treat me good. Here we go. Nice. Look at that. Line drive. I ought to get like bonus points. That was just like a little line drive right in there. So, there you go. Still in the lead. There you go. You like the Abomination? Oh, well, you're young. You're younger. But I want to go to where they got walking for that Abomination. To reality when they Alright. Alright, so collider box, that's fixed. I'm gonna knock that out. Oh yeah, okay. So one of the things I wanted to do was right now when the sandworm damages the player, he keeps going in the direction that he was already going in, which is kind of stupid. So like here, he just goes right by, right? So I want him to sort of like, yeah, I want him to turn around. After he finishes his attack, he should turn towards whichever way the player is facing. If he's on the right or left side. Let's see. I'm going to borrow the Glommer here. Let's see. Attacking. Start returning. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, that's... because the difference here with Glommer is like whenever you come in sight, he'll come after you, right? Excuse me. I can't do that with the sandworm because, you know, if that's ever the situation, you're never going to be able to get him because every time you land, he's going to turn and come after you, and you can only hit him when he's turning around. So, as a result, I need to do it differently than I did for the Glommer. Let's see. Direction, initial direction. Let's see. Uh-oh, I just got raided. With a party of 38? Oh my god. Uh-oh, this is gonna be, this is gonna be brutal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, jeez, man. Hey, TVD Gamer, thank you for the follow. Welcome, jeez. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. And his Swedish meatballs are rolling in. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Let me give you a quick introduction. What's going on here? Welcome first. Let's see. Let me do hard code. Let me knock this stuff out here for a second. There you go. Twitch changed the UI. Yeah. Actually, Soups has mentioned that too. All right. So to welcome everyone. Oh my God. I'm going to do a quick bombing run, but with all those people, it's going to probably bring my computer screeching on. Look at that. Okay. Everyone flies. Hey, welcome. Welcome. All right. So, my character on the bottom now. Yeah, there's quite a few, right? All right. So, let me give you a rundown. So, I'm working on the world's very first video game based on Tribbles from the classic Star Trek TV series. For those of you that are not sci-fi fans or are just young, I'll give you a quick idea. So if you don't know Tribbles, you probably recognize this picture. There you go. Tribbles, yes. So it is, and before anyone asks, yes, I actually do have permission. I have partnered with a company called Tribble Toys, which was co-founded by David Gerald, who actually wrote the original screenplay, right? And Tribble Toys actually has the agreement and relationship with CBS. So the beauty of it is I work with Tribble Toys and they deal with the CBS headaches. So double win. But, you know, with that also they get to kind of call the shots on what they wanted. And yeah, it was, years in the making. Took me a while to actually make that happen. But so what I have is I have rights to Tribbles and I have rights to Glommers. Which, this is a little more obscure, but there's an animated Star Trek series. And they introduced Glommers, which were created, genetically engineered by the Klingons to do one thing, and that's to eat Tribbles. Because if you know anything about Tribbles and Klingons, they hate each other with a passion. So the Klingons in the animated series made these guys called Glommers, and they love eating Tribbles. That's what they do. So I introduced that. So that's all I have rights to. I have Glommers and I have Tribbles, and that's the only thing I can actually include. Nothing else, unfortunately. But here you go. So I'll give you a quick look. Let me load up the right scene here. So let me go underground, do a quick save. All right, so the premise is, you know, as I said, if you know anything about Tribbles, right, they're cute little furry creatures, but they have this terrible tendency of eating all the food they find, right? And our little Tribble guy was doing that. He was on a ship, a spaceship, where he gets caught eating all their food, and the crew, in a fit of rage, beams him into the center of a nearby planet whose molten core is rising. So now you're going to play as the Tribble, find yourself in the center of a planet with the lava rising on you, and you're trying to climb your way up to safety. So here you go. I'll bring this up here. About 4 months in development now, so I still got a ways to go. I'm looking for a probably Q1 or Q2 release for next year. I guess I could turn on some sound effects here. There you go. So if you know anything about Tribbles, you hear a little purr here. Give it a second. Wait for it. Wait for it. There you go. So there's the purring Tribble, which, like Rainbow Islands. So I didn't actually have rights to the sound effect, so I actually had to reverse engineer and clone the sound effect. So if you know Tribbles, their favorite thing to eat is Quadritriticale, which he was in the mix of when they beamed him, so all the food kind of got beamed down with him. So which is why you see these cans of food sitting there. And if you collect 10 of them, right, then you can actually get a health boost. If your health is all full, then you get like a gem boost. And these are the Glommers, as you saw, right, the animated series. You can squish them and you get gems, like so. So yeah, it's a platformer game, sort of like in the style of like a Spelunky, Downwell, or Super Meat Boy. I say Super Meat Boy because you have like the wall hang. I do have a there you go. I do have a double jump kind of mechanic, right, which is kind of cool. There's hidden areas. If you see like that, then you can come in here, and this is actually, I'm not happy with this. I'm gonna be replacing this here, probably not today, but the portal takes you into a bonus room where you can just stock up on a whole bunch of gems, but you gotta be pretty quick because the lava rises. So if you're too slow, you're gonna get tagged, right? This looks very nice. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So it's me, and I also have an incredibly talented 2D artist named... Oh, okay, there, I took damage. Daniel Thomas. I've worked with Daniel on and off on some of my previous games for like a decade now. And he's been supplying the art, and I've been doing the animation and the game, pretty much everything else. Animation, the game design, programming, all that kind of stuff. So, so the premise is you're trying to work your way up, right? And then you work your way through 4 different worlds, right? So it starts off underground, right? And then you're going to climb your way out into a canyon. And that is the area where I'm working on right now. So I'll load that up. And then beyond the canyon, you go into a jungle, right? With different aliens attacking you there. And then when you get to the top of the jungle, you get inadvertently beamed back onto the ship that you started on. So you can imagine the crew kind of going, wait. We have another Tribble? Wait, is that the same Tribble? How did the Tribble get back? What is he doing on our ship again? So, and then of course they're just going to chase you down. So let me go to Canyon. There you go. So, and this is the stuff I'm working on right now. This is still very early days on the Canyon stuff. This is still pretty new. Oh, nice. Good catch. Oh, oops. Sorry. Let me hard code this. Let's go. Whoops. Forgot about this. Hold on. Yep. Don't have all this working quite yet, so I gotta do a little hard code setting there. Belly rubs. I gotta do that. I should record that. She would love that. That is my dog Penny. Yeah, she loves belly rubs. Hey, Carlo DE is doing a follow too. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. All right, I'm gonna mute this here since you heard the audio before. Penny seems to be positive. Very positive dog. She's a very, very happy spoiled dog. So this is sort of like my creation. The Glommers came from the animated series, right? But as I said, Tribbles and Glommers are the only thing that I get to use from the Star Trek universe, right? There's no Klingons, there's no Kirk, Bones, Spock, there's no Enterprise. So I had to create everything else out of whole cloth. So because I thought it'd be kind of cool if you're coming out of that underground lava area and you're progressing on to this canyon, right? Then of course, you know, it just made sense you'd have like, you know, dirt and sand, and you have sandworms, right? So this guy can, you see, he can like kind of move from platform to platform, and he follows you, right? Whichever way you are, he'll kind of go in that direction. So, and this is the point I'm up to right now. As you can see, the level right here is just incredibly blocky. I'm going to be fixing that pretty soon. I have the pieces, but I'm using Unity's 2D tile set, so I need to go ahead and clean all that stuff up. But, and you guys, actually, you guys are in perfect timing, so I'll share the good news. My original intention was to release on iOS and Android, of course, but yesterday I just got the news that, here we go, 3, 2, 1... Tribble Troubles is going to be coming to the Xbox. I just heard from Microsoft yesterday, and that is, actually, I guess it's a couple days ago. But fantastic news. I'm really thrilled. It'll be my first console release. This is actually my 7th game that I've created, but it'll be my first one. Everything I've done so far has been mobile, so I'm really excited about the fact this will be my first one to be on a console as well. So there you go. That was my big news that I unleashed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear from Nintendo. They're taking their sweet time, just no doubt. But hopefully I'll get some good news from them as well. But yeah, really excited. I will be submitting to Sony as well. I am licensed through Sony as well as Nintendo as well as Microsoft. Nintendo, I have rights to 3DS and Wii U, but I haven't gotten their blessing on Switch yet, and I'm trying to get that. So fingers crossed that they hopefully come back and kind of go, yeah, that looks like fun. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a classic kind of platformer, action-y platformer kind of game. And as I said, I'm shooting for a Q1, Q2, so somewhere between early 22 and mid 2020 next year. But yeah, things are going pretty well. And then here's the tile set. So if we come back, Kanye, there you go. Oops, wrong one. These guys. There he goes. Yeah. So here's the tile set I'm using for the foreground and the background. And I've just, if you know anything about the Unity tile set, I've just created a rules tile, which allows me to draw the stuff out. But I need to make override versions so I can add all these little variations to it. So there's still a ton of work to create all that stuff. But what I was going to play with right now, when you guys raided me, and I thank you so much for the raid. Look at that. That's a heck of a crowd down there, man. So yeah, so anyways, what I was going to do was, right now the sandworm is designed to do this left-right attack, right? And when he hits you, he just kind of keeps going in the same direction. So I want to have it where he'll actually double back after an attack and try and come at you in the same direction. So I was going back and referencing my Glommer stuff. There you go. So I'll just borrow this. And let's go over to Sandworm over here. And let's see. Alright, so then we conclude the attacking. We go back into the crawling mode. But we got to figure out which direction. So knock that out for a second. Let's see. Alright, good. Let's see. Am I... Oh, darn. Alright, let me undo that. Throw that in there. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, do I have that information on this version? So yeah, okay, I do have player. Good. Let's see. Yep, I should be able to direction. Oh, times flipped. I think I have, yeah. So I have this little flipped variable because I'm doing the levels just in one layout, but I also want to flip it. And then obviously the left and right kind of gets reversed at that point. So I use a flipped variable to indicate if the entire level is flipped. So that way it'll correct the direction that's pointing. So if we go player, transform local position is greater than, yeah, just go with my current position, right? Let's see. All right, if he's greater, then we should be going negative x. Otherwise, go x. And then do the transform. All right, so actually I should be able to just get this and throw that above here. And then do the direction like that. That should do it. Anything else I care about? No, all that's just redundant, so. All right, so in theory that should make him finish an attack and then figure out which direction you're going and then come in that direction. So let's come back over here, do a quick compile. Oh, still got the tile stuff selected, don't I? Wait for it. All right, let's see what I did here. All right, so if this works, yeah, okay, I think it's already, yeah, because normally what happened there is you see how he double backed and went to the right, but normally he would keep going in his direction. Whoa, okay, that's pretty trippy. I might have to check the threshold on that because he's doing a little, it's cool. But okay, that's not pretty. I'll have to fix that. It's kind of cool, but all right. So I'm gonna let him hit me. Oh shoot, he didn't reverse. All right, let me make sure I don't have that backwards. Let's see. Okay, so hits me. There he goes. I just had it reversed. He's coming after me. So if you do it this way, yeah, good. That's it. I just had my direction because with the glomerate it was flipped already. So now this is working nicely. So he's gonna come down here, hit me, and then come right back after me again. Man, he's pretty nasty. You know, you have that momentary invincibility, but you definitely don't want to stick around long. Cool. That's working exactly. And then, of course, you can see 5 hits, and you're gone. You're done. Cool. All right. That's another one off my list. All right. So next thing I want to do is create a squished animation, but let me knock that off. So, but actually, I'm going to duck out for a quick restroom break. But normally I go into the be right back, but since there's enough people there, I will let you guys just hang with the current scene. And if you want to, like, play a little more disc with my doggy, I'll do one myself. If I can type. There he goes. All right. Hang tight. I'll be right back. There we go. And I'm back. What'd I miss? Alright. So so you can actually see the worm itself is just a series of 2D sprites just painted by my artist guy Daniel and then animated by me. You monsters, look at her. Here, I'll do it. The funny thing is that she's actually just outside my door, right, waiting to do it for real. So she's impatient on the screen and she's impatient in real life too. She knows it's that time. This is about the time I normally take her out and throw the disc. So, but I said before, I can't say the F word. You know, the FRISBEE. If I say that, she'll absolutely lose her mind. So I have to say disc. Which, as much as I use it, she's probably gonna catch on to that one anyways. All right. So this is my guy, right? My little sandworm guy. This is just the base scene, so there's no animation on him. But got a bunch of different animations. Actually, not that many. About 4 so far. Let's see what we got. Animator. No. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about 9. 8 or 9. But I am missing one key animation, and that is when you actually squish him. So what happens right now, if I can time it right, he just disappears, right? Which, that kind of sucks. So conversely, I'll show you the difference here. Oop, wrong script. There you go. Go Soups. Nice. Look at that. There we go. Alright. Mark this out. Yeah, I'm using hard coding just because right now I haven't fully implemented the multi-world stuff set up, so I have to do this. But alright, so what I wanted to show is just the difference here. There. See, you see when I squish them, right? You actually see the little guy squished underneath you. Do one more. Ah, it's taking too long. Restart here. So I have like 3 different animations of the Glommer getting squished, right? There's kind of left and right and center. Boom. There you go. Kind of looks like a shrimp when he gets squished. Alright, so I need to do that for this guy as well. So let's come back into Maya. I used my LT, which if anyone... Oh, that was a close one. Sorry about that. Alright, so yeah, so as I was saying, I use my LT. If anyone's not familiar with it, my LT is like Maya, but without the rendering tools. And a few other things, but the key thing is without the rendering tools. But the benefit is the fact that it leases for about 20 bucks a month, whereas Maya proper is what, like $185 a month? Yeah, no, that's out of my range at this point. All right, so we're gonna file, save scene as, and we're gonna call this bad boy squished. There you go. Penny did that on purpose. She got tired of giving out consecutive points. Yeah, she doesn't really ever miss. The only time she misses is when I make a really bad throw, which does happen. But if you knew anything about Las Vegas, you'd be impressed with that backyard. That's, for Las Vegas, that is a pretty beefy backyard, actually. And thankfully, because Penny loves it, she loves getting the disc tossed. Alright, so this one is just going to be like a couple of frames. Right? Yeah, Soups knows. Soups is very aware. Alright, so let's go ahead and key all. And I've shown this before, but I'll just mention this again. So ironically, you guys probably, if you guys are gamers out there, you know, you may recognize this, the classic Logitech G13, which people use for gaming, right? Not me. I actually use it for animating in Maya. I actually have all my keys set up. So it's funny because so for those of you who don't know, I've been doing animation for over like 20 years, right? And I still get freelance animation work, sometimes on site. And it's funny because a lot of places won't let you bring your own hardware, or more importantly, won't let you bring your own driver. So it's kind of funny that if I go to a place and I'm having to use the keyboard versus my little Logitech controller here, it's amazing how I'm so attuned to using this thing that I'm actually slower in my animation than I am if I don't have my Logitech. It's just kind of a weird quirk. All right, enough talk. So what we're going to do here is, and I have a couple of these guys I can actually use scaling on. So here I can scale him. And right now I only have scale set up for body parts, right here and here. And this is kind of a really poorly rigged character. I just did this kind of down and dirty, very quick. But I should be able to go in and just grab the joints and do them separately. All right, so this is cogs. I'm going to bring that down, bring the head back up. Like so. Like that. All right. In the mouth, I'm going to hide both. I have a mid-sized mouth and a large mouth that I can cycle between. I'm going to go 0.01 on both these guys. Shrink them down to basically nothing. Oops. You can't use 0. If you use... oh, number lock was off. If you use 0, if you guys know about Unity, it gets really finicky and it'll complain about the animation. It'll consider it like a undivided null kind of thing. And so I just do like a 0.01. So it's basically invisible. I mean, if you look really, really close, you can actually see a little bit of it there. But, you know, for the size of the character, you're never going to see that. And it's better than getting a bunch of errors. All right. So, boom. Do that. And then, where's my large mouth? It's the controller. Oh, okay. It's hidden, but that's fine. Oh, wait, why did I lose? There it goes. That was weird. The scale was not behaving there for a second. Alright, I'll just do it like... yeah, like that. That's kind of cool. Kind of flatten it this way and that way. Like that. Okay. Alright, we need to push this more. Something like that. And then this, which is the cog. Wow. That's ugly, but it'll still work. It was a hack rigging job. I mean, I've said this before. If I was animating and someone else had rigged this, I would send it back. But it's just something that, because I knew there's only a few animations, so it wasn't worth doing a super detailed rig for this guy. And because of the way the sprites were generated, this is kind of the best rig that I could come up with in a short amount of time. Alright, so now I'm going to face my first issue here, because I don't think I have scaling on this bad boy. So now I'm going to probably just go in by hand and do it that way. So let's see. I wonder if I can actually get at the joint. Huh. Let's go show, turn on my joints here for a second. So it's gonna be this bad boy. And good. Okay, so I don't have any controls on scale. So this is ugly. This is not the way you're supposed to animate. But don't tell on me. So all I'll do is I just key selected. And I go 5 here, and then there. Do it like so, like that. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. And then I come back to my controls. I could have done it. I had the mouth and the cog set up for set-driven keys that allowed me to control the scales, but I didn't know if I'd actually control anything beyond that. Sorry, my nose is really itching. I got like dog hair in there. I didn't know if I would actually need anything beyond that. So in this case, I didn't add the set-driven keys for these smaller. But I mean, I pretty much did all the animations with the exception of this one without having to worry about scaling the tail, but the rest of the body. But in this case, I think what I'll do is maybe like have the head kind of come up, and you can see the little spikes are going all over the place. I'm just gonna counter animate those once the time comes. Boom, like that. So he's gonna go foop, shoop. He's gonna go squish and then go flat. So it's like the initial impact. I might actually have him kind of come up a little bit like that to really sell, like if he's in the middle like that. Okay, so now this guy gonna have to do the same thing. Key selected. As I said, isn't, you know, you don't do this in animation. This is not the way you're supposed to do it, but I'm a rule breaker. Actually, no, I'm just lazy. Alright, that should work. And then you see when I scale it, the points go kind of offline, and all I have to do is just kind of like offset its transform, and it kind of falls right back into place. And then this guy, I'll preemptively kind of put him right here, kind of turn him up like that, and then I'll grab his joint. Key selected like that, and then let's scale him like that. Alright, so I'm going to turn off joints and controls for a second. Actually, I can leave controls on because it's going to go like that. Yeah. Alright, that may be a little slow. I'll play with timing here in a second once I get the rest of these laid in, but you know, it's going to be just a few frames. It's going to be really, really fast. But that still may be a little slow. And then just ignore the spikes, of course. They're flying all over the place. And I'll counter animate those once I get the body in the position that I kind of like. So 5, and then that's going to be too much, but I'm going to just go ahead and say 10. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take the cog, and I'm going to animate him down. You know, actually, maybe not. I'm going to squish him flatter. Like that. It's ugly right now. It'll come around. Alright, and then same for the head. I'm going to really squish the head flat. Yeah. So now you get just a little, oop, it goes up and then it goes flat. I might push that a little more. A little more like that. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to fix the mouth there, but let's see, mouth open. Actually, I'm going to collapse these. Mouth open is the only one I'm using, this guy. And then I think it's frame 10. It is. So let's go to 10. Scale this bad boy. Rotate him so we get him right in there. There. Yeah. You see it has that little, you know, just a little secondary motion, right? So it just briefly kind of goes up and then goes flat. Boom, boom. Like that. And then, actually, I think the whole thing needs to come down more. Because it's here. Yeah. So what I'm concerned about is sort of like the contact with the ground. Which actually is a bit high. Let's go like that. Like that. That's good. Alright, same thing here. At this point, he's going to go flat. We need to play with the scale again. So let's turn on the joints again. Alright, so 10. Just key these guys. Like so. There, perfect. Now he's getting all flat and thin. Okay, put him in place. And I'm just going to have it be a little windy. I don't want it to be just perfectly flat. I want to have like a little variation to it. Key selected. Look at that, it's flying off in the stratosphere. Yeah, that's fine. We'll fix him in just a second here. And then finally, boom. Yeah, so the cool thing is that now you have like this kind of, you know, flow. I mean, that looks very flattened, right? Like the just stuff got completely squished out of him. Alright, so let's grab this guy. Key that. Go down like that. Perfect. Alright, hit Control S so I don't lose anything. Good. Alright, so let's fix all these. Turn off the joints, turn off the controls so we can see what's going on here. So we'll just kind of look at the key positions to begin with. Alright, so I'll do, I have it like up there, and then for 10, I'll just make it kind of go tuck underneath down below. Oh, he's, shoot, forgot he is on top. So I guess if I just kind of lay him down flat, cheat it that way maybe? Maybe that won't look too bad. Ew, it does slide though. So let me bring him here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, the key thing is just to make the spike. You know what? Actually, come to think of it, you know what? I forgot. The only time you can squish him is when he's like this and the spikes are tucked away. So, having said that, actually spikes should not be a factor. Spikes should be basically invisible. Oh shoot, that's not gonna do any good, is it? Let's do it this way. Yeah, because I didn't set the set driven key for this guy as well, so I just got to go in here and hard code the crap out of this stuff. Yeah, spikes. Anything that's a spike, I'm gonna just go to here. 0.01, nice. And I'm still missing a few. There he goes. Tail spike, 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 spike. Once again, not the way you're supposed to animate. You're supposed to have a proper rig that does this for you, but oh well. There he goes. They're squished. I'll have to see how it looks in context. I might have to do a couple variations, right? Because if you like hit on the head and the whole thing goes flat, that may look a little funky. But I think, at least as the first one, I think that's a okay start. Alright, let's see what it looks like in context. What do you say? So let's go File. So all I'm doing, by the way, is anyone that's messed with Maya or is curious about Maya, or pretty much any 3D program, all I'm doing is, now that I have the animation complete, the controls that I had here, which are all down in this section, I completely ignore those. All I do is I have two groups. This is all the joints, right? So I have all the bones, the joints, in one group, and then I have all the actual geo, which in this case are sprites. Although in Unity, when it brings it in, it turns it into mesh, which is another thing, but pisses me off. But oh well. So all I have to do is I grab the lead cog and the lead control. This is actually just a control group here, right? That keeps track of all the geo. Those two items, and I go File, Export Selection, and set up as an FBX export. And let's just make sure I put in the right folder. Squished. And then I just create new folder that I call exports. You can do this as like an external folder somewhere else, but I like having my export folder in my animation scenes. To me, it just kind of makes sense. But it's probably not technically correct, but eh. Alright, so in this case, for naming, because this is actually how I end up calling it by script, so this is kind of important. So I don't call it like sandworm underscore squished, because that's just redundant. All I do is I call it squished, and I'm not putting any version numbers on it because there's only one exported version that'll ever exist. Right? If I do any other animation updates, I will just overwrite this guy. So I say export, and it gives me notifications about the skin definitions, which I don't care about, and complex animation is baked. That's fine. Traditionally, you want to bake the whole animation anyways. It just has a better chance of not losing the curves when you bring it into Unity. So I highly recommend baking anyways. So when it gives me the notice that it's going to bake it, it's like, fine. I'm doing it anyways. Alright, so let's come back over here, and then I'm going to go into my animations, and this is my sandworm. And I can actually get rid of a couple of these. Traditionally what I do, by the way, for those you know that know Unity, the way it works in the beginning is you get an animation. Let me go Z. There he goes. Alright, so then we go to our scenes, sandworm, This is squished, export, there. And I'll bring it in like that. Right? And a couple things I want to do. Number one is scale is relative, right? You model something and you don't really have a good context compared to other models sometimes, especially if multiple people doing stuff traditionally, as well as because I model in one program called Lightwave, I animate in Maya, and I do the game in Unity. Everyone has their own idea of what one unit is. So invariably what will end up happening is that I have different scales on stuff. In this case, for the Glommer, 17 turned out to be the magic number. So you see I have a scale factor of 17 squashed. And it doesn't really matter. There's nothing that urgent. I mean, if the numbers are extreme, then you can get imprecision on some certain things. But in this case, yeah, 17 is fine. So I do that, and then I go to animation, and I come in here, and I'm going to rename this from take 1 to squished, and then I hit apply. There. Alright, and here is right here, this is my whole Mechanim controller for this guy. Now if I wanted to, I can just grab this guy right out of here and drop him in, right? And I'm good to go. But if you look, I'm going to delete that, because if you look, what's happening here is you'll see all these exported animations. So I tend to just grab this guy, right, the animation squished, Control D, and separate them out, right? So if you, there. So now you see here's the original FBX, and here is the exported animation. At this point, the FBX squashed serves no purpose, and I traditionally take these guys when I remember to, and I delete them out. And the reason I delete them is just because they're taking up space, right? Get rid of them. But the reason I take the animation and export it out of the original animation is because out of the FBX rather, is because you cannot modify an animation that is still part of an FBX. It's a read-only file, right? So the difference now is if I come in here and I go squished, boom, drop them in here, right? And then let me bring up my prefab. And this is my sandworm. Double click him, like so, and then come in animation. Now if I look down the list, and I should see squish. Now squished appears here, right? Here's the key thing. Two different things. Number one, the little red dot here, that allows me to go in and modify the animation, right? I can do that because it is a separate animation, because I Control D'd and made him his own entity. If this animation was still part of that FBX, that would be grayed out, and you cannot modify it. It's considered read-only. Additionally, as well as the add properties, you cannot add anything because it's considered read-only, which is a pain in the butt. So the other thing too is also animation events, right? You can add animation events, which I love. These are so cool. They fire off, right? And they'll, whatever script is attached to that character, right, it will send word to the function to fire off. So it's a great way, like footsteps, right? If you have a character walking and you want the footstep to register and make a sound effect, you just have like a function called play footstep, and then this thing, you'd come in here, right, and then select the play footstep function, and then every time it hits that key, it would play that sound effect for you automatically. So it just saves you a lot of time in scripting, which I'm a big fan of. But in this case, I'm not doing anything, but I may have to go back in and modify this stuff because and this is driving me nuts. What you're seeing here, look at that, is totally different, not totally, but radically different than in here, right? So if we turn off the controls, right, this is what I exported, right? Nice and pretty. But if we come back in here, that's not what I got, right? For one thing, you can see the cog scale didn't cross over. Why? I don't know. This is a Unity thing, I've noticed too. Excuse me. It could be because it is the main cog bone, so it doesn't want to modify the scale. I'm not sure, but it's driving me nuts because if you load the FBX into anything else, back into Maya or anything else, you will see that the cog actually does have keyframes on that cog, but it just, for whatever reason, Unity drops it. So that's fine. What I've been doing, and this is kind of a stupid thing, but I'm going back in and just modifying it in here. So I mean, here's the scale. Look at this. So it shows it, but it's not like the proper thing. So let's see. So if I go here, I go like that. If I bring that, yeah, see, it's just completely ignoring it. All right, so it probably is because of the way the character's set up. But I thought I was able to modify this. He's there. I thought I did this in a previous one. Maybe I just hit it. No, I'm not controlling anything. Oh, no, sorry. I'm not on the... Sorry, I'm on the cog control. That's useless. Look at that. I'm on the wrong thing. Cog. Here he goes. So let's try that again. So we start here. Boom, boom. And then like that. So if we compress that down. And then everything's... Oh, man. Look at that. Everything goes with it, which is what it should have done in the first place. That's the way I animated it, but for whatever reason, it's just not following. So, yeah, I don't know why it does that. Why it... It's like, let's see. I mean, unless... Let's see, cog. Yeah. I mean, if you look really closely right here, you can see that scale is shrinking, right? Down to 0.3. It starts at 1 and goes down to 0.3. It starts at 1 and goes down to 0.3. But it's not really doing it. It's almost like a proportional kind of thing. It's like a semi-additive thing. And I don't know why it does that. All right. Let me see. If it's just a linear kind of move, then I'll just brute force it. Yeah. 0.4. Yeah, so it's just going the whole way down. So I'm just going to do this linear kind of move. And what I'll do is I'll just kill the other keys on the guys that are neighbor to it, and that should fix it. So, start here. That's at 1. So what I'll do is, just for the heck of it, I'll start. No! Jerk. There. Now come to this guy. Yeah, this is so bizarre. Alright, and then what I'll do is just to the head. Scale. Really? Okay, it's not even going to let me override it now. Oh, man, you're really just annoying the crap out of me. Okay. Let me double check. Come back here to... Sandworm. So the rig I'm using is, yeah, generic root node. Oh, let me do that. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is going to be scary. I'm probably going to break the crap out of doing all this. But hit Control S. Let me see if I try and shift the root node. Maybe that'll make it happy, but that could just foobar all my animations. We'll have to see. This is going to be dangerous. Alright. So root node, we got it at none. If we could cog. Let's see. Cog control. Let me try that. Apply. Uh-oh. Let's see. Crawling. Yeah. Okay. It didn't affect crawling. What about squished? No, it's still busted. Alright. So, when in doubt, cheat. Let's see. Rotation. There. Yeah, I'll just do it this way. I'll just rotate it on its pitch. How about that? That's creative, right? Yeah, and then counter rotate the other ones. That I hopefully should be able to get away with. So let me turn on record. And rotation. I'll knock these guys out. No. God, it is group happy. It is really sensitive on grabbing extra keyframes sometimes. Okay. Go flat like that. So that's at frame 7. And that is cog. Good. So let's try and counter animate the head at frame 7. Actually, that's too much, isn't it? Like that. That should be good. Alright. Let's see if I can reselect the head. Like so. And then let's find the middle rotation. Oh, I gotta clean that up too. It's gonna be really jumpy there. Right. And of course the spikes are all over the place. Because now that I'm rotating it, you can see that separation. So I'll have to like animate the stupid spikes coming out of it. But you know what? Better yet, rather than do the... Okay, since I'm going to do rotation, I should probably just go back into Maya because I can do the rotation there and not worry about the scale issue. That's what I'm going to do. So, having done all that work, I'm now going to go squished, delete. Alright, so... take this bad boy and 1, 1. Jeez. Alright, yeah, because I counter animated everything to make that work. So, alright, so let's see how this works. Really? You're not gonna let me shoot. Yeah, the rotation is definitely tied to that. So, oh, because I got it locked, I think. Hold on. There you go. There we go. Like so. So he's going to be like kind of 2D, 3D. 2.5D for sure. So, and then this case, I could either mess with the scale or the rotation. Unlock. I think I'll just do it this way. Oof. And move the Z. Oops, not rotate. Really? Let's see where that is. Oh, he's behind. Alright. So now he should be on top. He is. Yeah. Alright, and you see the shade is changing on me, but that's not going to be an issue, I think, because they're sprites that are unlit. So once I go back into Unity, that shouldn't be a problem. Oops, where's my mouth? Right there. Alright. Yeah, this may be ugly. This may not actually work. I might have to come back and fix, but we'll see what Unity does with this. Oof. Oh, that's right, and the spikes were visible because it didn't respect my scaling on this, too. I don't know why Unity ignores the scale settings sometimes. Oof. Alright. That. Alright, I'm not going to put too much effort in this because I don't know if this is actually going to work. Might have to come up with a different approach for this one. Okay. let's see how that looks. Ooh, terrible right here at the start. Really? Oh, because this thing is okay. Start it that way. Not like that. Okay. Wait, what happened to my... Oh, because it's not keyed. That got me. Alright. Oh, I just key all. Okay. Like that. And then this one is 0, 0 across the board. Like that. Yeah, this may not work. Wow. I mean, I'm not worried about the curve, right? Because it's orthographic, so I mean, the player's never going to see any kind of angle. But I still don't know. Oh, God. If this is viable or not. I mean, it's going to be fast, so it may be tolerable, but I don't know. I think that's happened a little fast. Like that. Let's see. Is that the head? Nope. Okay, oh, that's just the ground. I was cutting into that because I added that perspective. Okay, it looks terrible. But let's see what it actually looks like in the game. And you know what? I'm going to just version this up, since I'm kind of going in a wacky direction with this. Alright. Export selection. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Alright, drag them in here. And once again, I gotta do the fixes. From 17, switch the animation to squished. Apply. Control DM out. Yes, make them go away. Animator. And this is something, if you play with this drives me nuts. So you see squished, but it's referencing the deleted version of squished, right? So this thing here serves no purpose because the object it's connected to has been deleted. And rather than reacquire the same name, it just sits there and it looks like it's fine, but you have no way of knowing that it's bogus. So you have to delete it and bring it back in. I don't know. Alright, let me select him so he's active. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Oh god, that's just terrible. Look at that. That isn't even close to what Maya was doing. You see that, right? I have no... I mean, part of it may be just the resample, right? But I think what I have to do... Oh, jeez. Is probably just go back and do what I should have done in the first place and just add... you know, just scaling controls, right? to the rest of the tail and just do it that way. I mean, like, look at that. Even the all of the spikes completely lost the scale of the 0.01. Let's see, just out of curiosity. Tail spike. Let's see what it actually looks like. Let's see, that's yeah. Head spike 1 is missing, head spike 2 is not. So yeah, that's him. Okay. Yeah, there's absolutely no rotation listed. So yeah, look at that. So it completely ditched, and I don't know if it's because there was not a keyframe, a varying keyframe. So it's like it started at 0.01 and ended at 0.01, and maybe it just sort of like dismissed it. But that's just asinine if that's the case. I mean, just to show you, let's see if we come back. Yeah, come back to Maya. I'll go File, New. We'll go import that FBX. That was squished. Export. Yeah, it didn't load the textures, but front view. You can at least see this. But yeah, what you'll notice here, even just from here, you can tell that it's working correctly, right? You can tell that all the spikes are gone. All the spikes here, right, have been shrunk down. So if like tail spike, yeah, see there's a 0.01. Maybe it's because there's not a keyframe on it. I don't know. I mean, but that stuff drives me nuts. So yeah, Unity likes to do some fun stuff with stuff that you export from FBX. I have no idea why. So switch back. Why? Let me go back to 1. Don't save. I'll just version this up to 3, because 2 is an idea that doesn't work. Jeez. There. Version up to 3. Alright. But yeah, I mean, that's, boom, that's fine. Oh, so out of curiosity, let's see if this might be a culprit. So if we go into tail spike, okay. Let's see, is that all of them? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is make sure that say key selected. And we end at 10. So come to 10, I'll say key selected. And what I'll do is I'll just like change the value just slightly so it can't dismiss it. Like so. There. All right. Okay. So, just curious to see if this is gonna fix. Yeah. The little spikes getting scaled. Let's see. Squashed. Alright. We're here, so I'll just go squashed. 17. Apply. Alright, served his purpose. He's gone. Put him back here. Alright, moment of truth. Let's just see if those spikes are gone now. Yeah. Okay, so that's good news. That's actually a good sign. Still don't know why the cog... Yeah. So we got that part working. That's good. That's half the battle. But why is the cog not behaving? Let's see. All right. Oops. So what do we got here? So the only thing we're scaling is the Y. Still don't know why that has an effect. Yeah, because I mean there it is. There's keyframes there. Body, middle, top. Oh, you know what? Oh. Autosave. Alright. You know what? I have the... Okay, I'm worried about the joints, but actually I can just go in and just kind of mess with the... He should be... Yeah, he should be attached to the cog, but I could just modify him. What the heck? Ooh, I think I just did. Okay, good. So... Let's select him. Yeah, that's strange. It's like the I can't move it up, it'll complain. Yeah. It's like the cog is not properly affecting him in Unity when it should be. But let's come at this a different direction. So body, middle, top. Oh, but no, I'm not gonna have control over that, am I? These are just the joints. Segments. Okay, let's do it this way. Object. Or do I have... Let's see. I have the transforms. That's a script. That's the cog sandworm segments. Wow, it's like I can't even get to the full list in that thing. Really? Let's see. Ah. Yeah, it's like I can't even scroll. Alright, I have to bring the animation up to here. Add property. Okay. Alright, so that is the end. So, middle top. Transform. Position. And scale? Yeah, that should be enough. Probably just scale. Alright. Don't know if this is even going to come close to working. Not the approach. I mean, obviously you don't want to make animation changes out of the animation program, but since Unity's doing some weird stuff here, I don't know if I have much choice. Alright. Go in here. Yeah, that's not controlling crap. Okay, let's see. You gonna let me do it? There. Yeah. Yeah, it did it. Okay. Not sure where that even is, since I don't see it. Oh, body metal. There he is. Wow. God, this is so ugly. All right. So then scale rotation that way and then down that way. There. There you go. Okay. I guess that kind of works. But wow. I wonder if he's the scale. No, okay, scale is just affecting that one, but I don't know why that's looking so flat. Because we look on here. Yeah, look at that. That's the way it should look. But it's completely thinning it out to the nth degree, which makes no sense. Ah. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the tail's getting... Oh, God. All right. I'll try this, but I think it's going to look like crap, and I'm going to have to replace it. Why does Unity do it different? I have no idea why it just butchers the FBX. All right. All right, so squished. Let's see, do I even have my collider selected yet? Nope. Okay. Just throw it down here. Oh, collider 2D. Oh, I got two though, don't I? All right, so remember I got the box collider and the sphere collider. Let's see. Circle collider. So I gotta turn those off, play the squish animation, wait a beat, and then hide them. Alright. So let's get those dialed in. And let me save that. Alright, so bounce out, go to my prefab. There he is. Alright. And theory, just drop both of them on and it knows which is which. No. Wait, why is it dropping circle on both of those? Hold on. Try. Black. There we go. Hard code it. There, it has to find the box collider now. If it puts a circle on a box collider, I'm gonna be pissed. Boom. There it is. Good. Now I can grab both of those, turn them off. All right. Oops. I thought it was enabled. Yeah, enabled. It was false. All right, and then play. Is it capital? Squashed, not squished. Squashed. Oh, typo. Okay. And then this we'll throw it on here. I've squished and squashed. That's not going to come back and haunt me, is it? It's going to totally bite me. I know it will. Alright. My anim. And then, so, colliders are turned off. Can do no more damage that way. And we invoke. Finish. In 1 second. Alright. Oh god, let's see what this looks like. Let it compile for a second. Oh shoot, did I put hard code back in? Nope, I didn't. There we go. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. This is going to be terrible. It's going to suck. But at least it gives me something to get started with. That's if I didn't screw up the code. Whoa. What the heck? Wow, he like took off on me. That was interesting. If I played the animation, it was like too fast I didn't even see it. Okay. Okay, so squashed, right? Ah. So maybe I don't have the state set up. Helps if you're in the right script, don't you think? So squished. Okay, so squished is a status. Oh, I'm probably not even setting it. That's why. That might help. There. Okay. And then after a second, make them disappear. Yeah, it's just a thin line. Oh, that's so useless. Wow. Yeah, that's terrible. It's funny. It'd probably even be better if I just took the object and did a scale on him, because that's just god awful. Let's see. All right. So, for example, yeah, that actually looks better than my animation. That's just sad. I mean, I guess I can just, wow. I guess I can animate the control above him and just do an animation. Oh well. Alright, I'm going to have to do some play on that, because Unity does not want to respect my actual animation that I created, and it wants to kind of do its own. That's what I was hoping it would look like, and that's not what it's actually doing. So, not sure. I have to do some playing. Yeah, it seems like whenever you get into scaling stuff and FBX, right? Sometimes it works, but sometimes Unity just sort of like butchers the crap out of it. All right. The other thing I was going to play with, and this is probably a little late. Let's see. But since I'm going to have to back burner that for the moment because that's not going to get done anytime soon. That's going to be a little more involved than I wanted to be. All right, so the portal, let me look at that. Portal object. And I did actually kill it, didn't I? Shoot, I did. All right. I had some rings on this before. Portal sphere. Is that it? Yeah. Alright, so let me try this. Because that's kind of what I had before. So let me try and combine the two. So if I go portal object, if I bring him in, see what this looks like. No, I gotta turn off autosave. I can't do any testing with that thing. Go away. Alright. Wow. Dragging right now. I'm not sure what it hates, but it sure hates something. Restart. Alright, so center glow I like. Smoke I want gone. Alright, and then portal. If I just turn off the renderer. Not bad. Let's change some colors here. Let's see. That's okay. This one's got to go. All right. Then transparency. That's interesting. Let's see. All right, I'll give it a look. See what it looks like in context. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to switch back over. Let me turn off my hard-coded stuff. Alright, let's see what a portal looks like in the context of the level. Squish. Yeah, I was able to squish with the Glommer just because he's so small that I'm able to just sort of like make the whole body work. Just kind of squish him down. Ew. Yeah, that's invisible. Alright, that's crap. Alright, so the alpha, I gotta like, I forgot that it's additive, so let me take one more stab at that. Alright. I mean, you guys got the right. When you make changes and the autosave kicks in and it like does a million updates, but I only got to do this one, so I might as well just let it be. But I just gotta go through it again. I keep forgetting to turn off the autosave on that. And when it's in a ton of scenes, man, you remember real quick. All right. All right, last chance for this guy. Nope, missed. Here we go. Oh no, wait, it's over here. And it still looks like crap. Yeah, the rings are completely invisible. Alright, so my little quickie fix is not much of a fix. It was worth a shot, but yeah, I need the rings to be much more pronounced, much more visible, and I need that inner glow to do something. I need it to pulsate or do something. I mean, it's not bad. I think it's on the right track, but just in its current form is garbage. Alright, but then hit it, of course, and then you come into a little bonus room where you can start stocking up on some gems, but you got to be pretty quick because the lava will rise. There it is. Boom. Alright, well, I think I'm going to cut it off there. That was a pretty good day. Yeah, thank you so much for everyone hanging out. I do appreciate that. Soups, if you're still around, have yourself a good weekend. I'll probably see you next week, I guess. And for everyone else that was hanging out, and thank you so much for the raid. That was fantastic, man. That was a humongous boost. I appreciate that a ton. Alright, but that's going to do it for me. As you guys know, I do this stream every Friday, 3 to 6. That is 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for me. I am on the west side of the United States. So please feel free to come back next week. Come say hello. If you want, you can also check out the Discord. You know, I don't have the link handy. You know what? Give me one sec. That's up. Did you hear that? That's the penny. Yeah, she knows what time it is. She knows it's overdue for her little frisbee stuff. Oh, I said the F word. Let's see. Where am I? Give me 1 second here. There we go. Let me move this over. There he goes. That's what I was going to do. So, yeah. So, they're getting feisty. They know it's time. All right. So, yeah. So, I'll be back here next Friday. But if you want to say hello to me, please feel free to join my Discord channel. There you go. The server's right there. I'm pretty much always around. And, yeah, talk games, talk movies, talk whatever you want. I will be there. Otherwise, have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and I will see you guys next week with hopefully a whole bunch of new fun content to show you guys. Alright? But of course, as I said, the big news today was the fact that Tribble Troubles is now officially coming to Xbox, which I'm really thrilled about. But that's it, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and I hope to see you next week. Alright? Adios.